Ich weiß, as we say in Yiddish. Ich weiß. Okay, take your weight off your leg. All right. So we're going to do something that you all love to do. I'm saying this facetiously. In class, if you recall, you're going to roll those toes in and you're going to sit back on your heels. Our feet desperately need this. I'm sorry, but they need it. To stretch all the toes and the muscles and the ligaments to prevent plantar fasciitis. Oy, oy, oy. I'm going to come forward and I'm going to put the top of my feet now on the mat. I'm going to do it carefully because this often gives me a cramp in the top of my foot. So I'm doing it very slowly. And I'm breathing, sending my breath down to that area where I have a tendency to cramp up. Focusing on that. And we're going to come forward again and roll the toes in one last time. I'm going to sit back on it. Might be easier this time. I hope so. Oh, yes. I can really feel the stretch in those toes. It's unbelievable how many bones and ligaments, connective tissue down in our feet. From here, I'm going to roll myself back onto my feet and onto my heels as much as I can. I'm not able to go as far as I want because my calves are tight. I'm going to bring my hands in the center, press my hands one against the other, press my elbows in between my thighs, feeling my scaps kiss each other. Nice and tall, even though I'm crouching in this position. My spine is long. Hold those abs in tightly. And I'm going to sit down on the mat facing you so that we can do our last stretches and breathing together. I'm going to bring my feet in front of me, my hands behind me. My feet are a little wider than hip distance apart. I'm going to turn to one side, feel the shoulder stretching, the chest, the hip, and then to the opposite direction. And because it feels so good, I'm going to do it again. And once more. I'm going to release one hand. I'm going to reach up with it, pulling myself. Pretend that I'm up there, pulling that arm for you. And with this long arm and body, I'm going to go down towards the floor, extending my other arm as well, and bringing my chest down to my thigh. Feel the piriformis stretching. Abs are in tightly. I'm going to push myself up onto my hands and I'm going to grab the back leg with my hand and I'm going to stretch my quad. Opening up my chest. Getting that heel to my tush as much as I can. Pressing the other leg against the earth. And release. Spread those legs wide apart again. I'm going to take it from side to side a few more times. So good for your hips. It's oiling them. And I'm going to drop down to the opposite side of where I was before. I'm going to reach up, 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 and fall forward. Adding the other arm as well. Each exhale I'm able to go down a little lower. I'm going to use my palms to push me up. Palms and fingers evenly. Remember, always pretend you have a piece of paper underneath your hand and you're crumbling it up. That way you don't put too much weight on one area in your hand. Now you're going to grab your ankle and stretch that quad. I'm really pressing my legs against the earth, whatever is touching it. I'm using it, activating it, opening up my chest, breathing. And we're going to come back to the center, sit in a nice easy pose. Take your, intertwine your fingers, reach forward and up. I'm going to hold it here for 30 seconds. Pretend I'm there pulling your arms up to the ceiling. I'm counting, don't worry. I can see the seconds passing in the video recording. This is a good one to do 100 times a day. Every time you're sitting in front of the TV or the computer, take a break and just hold those arms up. Start with 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 45, a minute. So good for your back. And release. I'm going to reach and reach. Make sure your sit bones remain on the mat. Don't let them come up. Reach, reach. Few more times. Now the last time I'm going to come down on my forearm and reach. Now my sit bone came up a bit, so I'm going to adjust myself and try and get that sit bone back down. Just because I'm tight. Come back up. I'm going to drop the other one down as far as I can take it and reach. I can tell I need to do these more often because it's getting harder for me to press my forearm down to the floor without the sit bone coming up. It's fun to learn these things about ourselves, to challenge ourselves more and more each day. And now I'm just going to roll my chin to my chest, roll it from side to side. Bring it back to the center, palms up, close your eyes. Feel, scan yourself, scan your body, see if you're sitting comfortably. If the spot that's uncomfortable, then adjust yourself. If you don't like sitting in this position, then just release your ankles. I just want you to be seated comfortably for the last 5 breaths. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Get taller and taller each time you inhale. Inhale. Exhale. One last time. Inhale. And exhale. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. Have a fantastic day and a beautiful weekend.